So I don't know if you checked out my Instagram. That's my husband Guillaume. So yeah, I don't know if you are a returning viewer or if you're a new viewer. If maybe you've checked out my Instagram, then I'm Laura. This is Guillaume, my husband. And every Thursday normally we do a live cook with us, but we've pushed it up to Wednesday just because tomorrow Guillaume has an event. So I thought we would do it today instead so that we have both of us. And so tonight I'm making a Asian fusion dish because a lot of you voted for the Asian recipe, which I'm actually happy about too. So I thought I would do a recipe that we used to make really often when we lived in Hong Kong. And it's really simple. It's with a lot of just pantry ingredients or ingredients that you can keep for a long time. So I'm going to go through the list of ingredients with you. I'll also share with you where I found this recipe and talk a little bit about the creator as well. So let's go through the list of ingredients first. So in the recipe, actually, she uses spaghetti or any kind of pasta you want. But I have found other versions of this recipe where they call for udon. I'm sure you can also use instant noodles or ramen noodles, regular egg noodles, really any type of noodle that will hold its structure. So I've chosen to go with udon because I really like udon, and I usually actually make this dish with udon instead of spaghetti. So today I've gotten this udon. It's just from our local Asian grocery store. I'm not so familiar with the brand, but I believe it's a Korean brand or made in Korea. Yes, origin Korea. And I just got this for €1 each. That's about the price they sell it at, even if you buy in the packs. Maybe if you have some more popular brands, maybe they'll be a bit more expensive, but it's a good price, it's a fair price. €2 for two. So usually you'll have one per person for a portion. So I have two here. And then we need cooking oil. I'm just gonna go with the olive oil because we're not gonna be cooking on too high of heat. And then we need half an onion, just a yellow onion. Doesn't really specify, but that's what I'll be using. And then we need 3/4 cup of fermented kimchi. So that's my kimchi. This is the brand that I pretty much always buy when I was in Hong Kong, in France as well. This one is the already pre-cut version, so it just makes everything a little bit easier. And I think I got this for $7.20, which is a little bit expensive, but it was the only store in town, and to be honest, kimchi is quite expensive nowadays anyway, so once in a while we'll have it, and so it's alright. It's not every day. And then we'll need a tablespoon of soy sauce. So I have that here. Also, if you're a French viewer, I noticed that in France, it's usually what they sell in the grocery stores, in the local grocery stores, is sweet soy sauce. So I think, what do you guys call it? Like a sauce soja sucré? Sucré. I haven't actually tasted it myself, so I don't know how sweet it is. If you want to use that, you prefer a sweeter flavor profile, I say just go for it. But I personally prefer a more savory profile, so I like to use this one. This is just the typical Chinese brand. I think it's actually from Hong Kong, yes. And this is the one that my parents use all the time, so that's why I'm just sticking to this. But because actually Korean food tends to have a sweetness in the flavor profile, I think you could use the sauce soja sucré as well.
I'll give you one.
Oh, thank you. And then what else do we have here? 2 tablespoons of vegetarian oyster sauce. This one, I'm not sure if our French viewers are familiar with it, but It's a sauce that's made from concentrating and fermenting oysters. So it's similar to fish sauce, but I think for me it doesn't have as much of a funky, pungent smell. How about you? Have you smelled fish sauce before?
Mhm.
I have fish sauce, so he's French. He can do a comparison for you. I just used it today. Yeah, actually today we made Thai food, and
It was great.
it was so good. I'm gonna make that recipe the next time you vote for Asian food. Yeah, see, this is a bit more like,
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I don't mind it, but it's a bit more like funky, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, so,
So which one is from which one? This one is from France or? Is
no, neither are French.
it? Okay.
But this is fish sauce, which is very common in Thai and Vietnamese cooking. Then oyster sauce is very common for Chinese cooking.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's put this here. And yeah, actually, I can show you what I made with the fish sauce today. So this is like I forgot what they call it. Let me just check the name of it. But it's basically. Can you see it in the camera? Is it a bit lagging? Yeah, so it's just a mixture of fish sauce, shallot, fresh chilies, the bird's eye chili, the really spicy one, and it's supposed to have garlic in here, but for some reason, garlic and onion is what I always have, which I think most people are like that, but I don't know how, but I ran out of garlic, so I just had to use garlic powder. And it's still delicious. Oh, and there's sugar in here too.
Oh, there's a Mango King TV says hello.
Hi!
Mango King.
Welcome to the channel!
Welcome.
I'm Laura, and this is Guillaume, by the way. Nice to meet you. I was just talking about fish sauce, so let me get back to that. Yeah, there's sugar in here. It's I like the smell and on food, but because I left this out while we went out earlier, when I came back, wow, the smell of fish sauce just like hit me in the face. I mean, it's delicious, but
He's asking any banchan.
banchan, oh, no, not for today. But banchan is actually really easy to make. Are you Korean yourself, or you like Korean food maybe? But yeah, banchan is like the best part of having Korean food because it's like refillable and you have so many variety, especially for someone like me who likes to have like a little bit of flavor and then a different type of flavor, you know, going back and forth with different dishes. No, but I will make a side salad. Actually with the avocado I was considering to do, I think they call them like Maya avocado or something, where they where you marinate the avocado in like a sweet soy mixture, and that recipe I also learned from the same creator of the recipe I'm making today.
So he's Korean from America, and
Oh.
he said not even a Tupperware of Damuji.
Oh. What is danmuji? I don't know that.
He put a robot crying.
Oh no!
Robot crying emoji.
I'm so sorry. I'm not Korean, so I still have a lot to
It
learn.
says it's daikon.
Oh, daikon. Oh no, sorry, we don't have that. And yeah, so we live in France, and honestly, for me to find kimchi is already just a godsend because, oh man, I couldn't find kimchi after we moved from our previous city in Montpellier where there was a larger Asian shop. So when I saw that they had fresh kimchi here, I was so happy. I almost made my own kimchi, and actually I might try to make my own kimchi, but when we get our permanent place, we're in an Airbnb right now, so I don't want to I don't want them to take my deposit if I make the fridge smell like kimchi. So I heard that some Korean people, they even have like a special kimchi fridge, right? Anyway, so
He's
back
asking
to
what's the best food you had in France. Well, that's a tough one.
oh yeah, that is a hard one.
Yeah.
But wow, know. When we were in Paris, we had so much good food.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many. There's a few restaurants that I want to go back to when we visit again in June. I've been dreaming of the steak au poivre with the French fries.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah, it was so good. I mean, it sounds so simple because it's just like a steak and French fries, but they just perfected it. It was so good with the pepper crust.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so
Bœuf bourguignon.
Boeuf bourguignon.
Bœuf bourguignon is nice.
Yeah. Somebody asked me in one of my last streams, what's my favorite French food to cook, right? Or just in general. And I wouldn't say I have a favorite, but Boeuf bourguignon is at the top of my list. It's just it's like a beef stew, but it's so hearty and warming, and with the wine that you have here, you can make a really good Boeuf bourguignon. And whenever I think about Boeuf bourguignon, I think about we didn't have it in a restaurant, we had it in a refuge. I don't know how you call that in English. A refuge is like...
Yeah, we did a hike for 6 hours in the Alps, and up there, you have a cottage and they...
Is it like a cabin?
A cabin, yeah.
Yeah, like a cabin.
They give you food and a roof, so I mean it's...
You can stay there if you want.
But they made Bœuf bourguignon when we arrived there after it took us, instead of hiking for 5-6 hours, it took us 8 or 9 hours.
I don't even want to think about it.
So when we arrived on top of the mountain, they served us Bœuf bourguignon with red wine.
Yeah, and bread, fresh bread. It was so good. So Bœuf bourguignon, steak au poivre, escargot. So it's the snails that they put in the oven with butter and parsley and garlic, and I could go into so much detail, but I'm just gonna move on with the
He's
list.
asking if we're experienced hikers. I wouldn't call us experienced hikers. I'm more experienced than you because I did more hikes in the Alps.
I guess so, yeah.
But we did one together, and it was I like it, but you it's half I guess. But it's,
Me, I don't hate hikes, but I'm hiking for the destination. I'm not the people who are like, oh, I enjoy this hike, because, especially when I have to catch up to people, all I'm thinking about is arrive at the destination. Don't be the last one. Don't get stuck. Don't get lost.
We were the last one, so.
We were not the last ones. There was a couple or two people that did not make it. So yeah, I mean they thought we wouldn't make it, but we made it in time for dinner.
So I was gonna say, do you want me to show the recipe or? Because I don't have the link.
Oh yeah,
to put in the chat.
Yeah, you can send the link. Maybe I can just.
Yeah, can you go on?
Yeah, I'll search it for you, and then you can put the link.
Okay.
So it should be creamy kimchi.
Is it worse to hike downhill at first and go uphill on the way back, or the other way around? Well, for us, the worst was the first day, right, when we went up. I think that was the...
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, going up was the most difficult. Going down, I mean, it's also very... It's not as difficult, but it's also very physical because your knees are, at the end of the hike, are getting tired of going down, So.
Yeah. And also, when we went down that time, when we were together, Guillaume took us down a really extra hard path. Yes.
Okay.
And he was faster than me because his legs are longer and he's more athletic. So I was kind of on my own, but I guess people could see we're together and stuff. And people who were coming up, they were crazy athletic, okay? They were going up. And there wasn't even a real path. It was just kind of really steep rocks that you kind of have to get yourself down. And they were all looking at me like, bon courage, how do I translate bon courage?
Good luck.
Good luck,
So
keep going.
It's that one, right?
Yeah, it's that one. And I was like, oh my god, that sounds kind of scary. Is it gonna get worse? And I was also scared with the time, going up, that we would not make it too late, because then it gets dark and we weren't equipped for that. So, oh my god, there's so many details I could tell you about that hiking story that I think that needs to be like a whole separate conversation. Anyway, so where was I? Oyster sauce, yeah. So gochugaru, I don't have that today because I can only find it like massive bags, which I already have. It's just in my storage unit because we're in the process of the relocation, so I don't want to have another huge bag with me. So what I'm gonna do is just, I'm so sorry. Please don't cancel me. I'm just gonna use paprika and then like a dash of cayenne to give it a tiny hint of spice because gochugaru is not that spicy. So I'm just gonna do that. And then next on the list, so it says to include a block of firm tofu as well as nut milk or oat milk. And that's because this creator, Seungkang Longest, she's Korean herself. And at some point she became vegan for a couple of years. And that's why her recipe is tailored for vegans. I'm not vegan, so what I usually do is I just use regular milk, but this milk we buy in France, it comes without lactose, and that's what I need because I'm Asian and I don't really digest lactose, so I'm just gonna use regular milk instead of having the tofu and oat milk. And then kimchi juice, well that's already in the kimchi package. Smoked paprika, so we have this, smoked paprika. And nutritional yeast, again for adding a boost in depth of flavor because this recipe is supposed to be vegan. But we're not vegan, so we're gonna just use regular Parmesan cheese and that's good for us. So I have just my Parmesan cheese in a plastic bag, keep it fresh. And we have clearly enjoyed it already. So it's just like that. This was from Grand Frais. We get most of our ingredients from Grand Frais. And if you want to know more about Grand Frais and what food I buy there, then check out my Saturday or Sunday streams, usually Sunday, because that's when I do the grocery hauls. And yeah, this was not that expensive. I think it was like €4.40, something like that. So we're gonna shave this into a udon later. And then salt and pepper to taste. That's the salt, just a very quintessential salt.
La baleine.
La baleine, yes. And pepper. So yeah, that is all. And just for my salad, it's just gonna be a very simple salad. I'm trying to use up my Batavia lettuce here. And I'm soaking that in water to get rid of the soil. And then we have avocado, tomato of course, and cucumber, half from lunch. And then for the vinaigrette, I'll just do olive oil, balsamic, shallot, and mustard, the classic brand Mai. Is that how you call it? Mai?
Mai, yes.
Mai? Yeah.
Classic here.
Classic Dijon mustard.
So we received an emoji of someone eating. I guess it's yummy. Look.
Yes, it's
means yummy.
That's gonna be me soon. All right, and because it's a recipe that I have cooked, I don't even know how many times. As I was saying earlier, when we lived in Hong Kong, I made this all the time. I always had kimchi in my fridge. The rest are pretty much pantry ingredients. You always have to have scallion in the fridge if you're Asian. And then yeah, you just maybe have to go out to search for cucumber, avocado, which I anyways always have, tomato, and yeah, you can whip up a meal with just what you have at home. So, should I get started on the cooking?
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright, let me just
It's your kitchen.
Yeah, I can talk a little bit about the creator when...
Yeah, when you have time, it's been 20 minutes now since we started. So.
Oh, that was pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very simple recipe, so.
So I've put the recipe of the day in the chat so they can have a look.
Yeah, so when we started streaming, which was just like a week
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks, wow.
I think so.
We didn't have the concept of putting out the recipe for people to cook alongside us. Maybe that will come later on when we have a bigger community perhaps. But I'm still gonna try to keep the recipes quick and easy and simple. I think it's what people want and need, honestly, especially if you're working. And I totally understand that. Even if you're not working, cooking and then having to clean everything is just a lot of work. So we try to keep it simple. Yeah, so let me get started on preparing the ingredients. So let me think. Maybe I'll make the salad first because then that'll be ready on the side. For us to eat first. We want to make sure we eat our greens. So let me just drain the salad leaves. Have you guys watched any of our streams before, or are you guys new to this channel?
Well, no. At least I know Mango King is the first time he's commenting, and at Bessie as well. At Beshi or Bessie, I don't know.
Okay.
It's the first time they comment.
Alright. Because I'm kind of a silent viewer myself. I've become a bit more, I've become a bit less of a silent viewer, but I'm only realizing like now how much the engagement means, because I don't know, I guess when I watch silently, I feel like I'm invisible and it won't matter if I stay or late and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a people pleaser, not a bit, very. So I'll feel bad if I like leave a stream or something like that. So I can totally get it. Okay, so just cut up these leaves.
Oh, we've got a new follower.
Oh, nice!
At Beshi. I don't know.
Thank you for your follow.
Thank you.
I hope you like my videos. I just started this 2 weeks ago. Yeah, thanks to your encouragement. Well, yeah, you were just kind of like, you want to do a stream? And I just kind of said, okay. And we did it. I feel like I do a lot of that. So, okay, just go with it, try, you know. You never know what's gonna happen. So
It says no problema.
So do you guys like to eat Korean food? Or Asian food in general? Are you gonna try to make this recipe after? I promise you it's really easy. It's really easy, and like I said, just with pantry ingredients, so you don't have to do like a whole shopping trip if you have like the staples already. Alright, and where are you guys watching from? Because we're based in France, but I always think we maybe have international viewers because I speak English. You speak a little bit of French when we have our French friends watching.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Mango King was from. So he's Korean, but from the US, from America. So
that means you're watching from the US, right?
I guess
I'm
so.
guessing.
Yeah.
That's good. Just wash this. Great. Want to finish the cucumber.
I put the acai in the fridge because it's gonna be
Oh,
It's gonna
yeah.
going to be frozen. Frozen acai. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, that was nice in Japan.
Yeah.
With the cold beers.
I don't know if you guys been to Japan, but when you walk around the streets and in front of the restaurants or the bars, they have a sign, a live sign of how cold the beer,
Yeah.
how cold the beer is, and that's like kind of a, you know,
It's like a selling point.
yeah, if you can brag about it, like if it's a good, if the beer is good cold, you know, if it's well keep cold,
Yeah.
then it means it's people go in the restaurant just because of that reason. So it's
I mean, it works. Like.
it works. I mean, it works on me. So
Exactly. You're at least one customer that I worked on, so.
yeah.
Yeah, they like cold beers in Japan, eh?
But I mean, I don't blame them. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, and you love to drink Asian beers
Yeah,
when we have, or just beer in general when we have Asian food.
because goes with their food, you know. If you drink acai with the
Yeah.
food there, or
I think Koreans really like to drink as well.
yeah,
Koreans like to drink, well, beer, soju, the
Yeah,
rice
okay.
wine. I forgot the name of the rice wine. Makgeolli, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. It's like a sweet rice wine.
So we got a new follower, but I didn't see the alerts because I tried to create alerts when we have a new follower joining us. You know, it's just
Yeah.
so that you contribute to the stream.
Yeah.
But I
think we should
didn't-
know.
Yeah, we should have a song, a sound or something. I didn't see it pop up, so I don't know. I need to check.
Yeah.
We're still like
We're still noobs.
we're noobs.
Yeah. We didn't even really do so much. We didn't look so much into how Twitch works. You watch Twitch, but me, I don't know anything about Twitch. I don't know anything about gaming. I just know cooking. So all I am is like the star of the show, and you handle the rest.
Yeah. No.
This is why we changed to Wednesday instead of Thursday. So he's here.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm not here, so. But
I'm not ready for that.
yeah, I mean, I'm used to watch streamers, but I've never really be a streamer. Like even now, it's not really quite a streamer. I mean, for you, yes, in the kitchen. But you know, they have all their setup and stuff.
You're the back end guy.
Yeah.
I need your help. Tech support. So. Yeah, we don't really get Korean food here. I tried to look for Korean food, and I think it's available, but I don't know how good it is. I don't know if it's authentic. So yeah, I have a few places saved. It's just kind of like if I really need to have it, satisfy my craving. I think I found one in Cannes. So we stay in a city, a small city called Antilles, and it's on the southeast coast, the French Riviera, of France. And we're just, 10 minutes or 15 minutes away from Cannes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
15.
Just to give you guys like a reference of where we are, kind of. Yeah, so 15 minutes away from Cannes and 15 minutes away. Oh my god,
Running away.
I know. So 15 minutes away from Cannes and 15 minutes away from Nice. And yeah, I don't know why there's a Korean restaurant here, but there are quite a lot of Korean tourists here, isn't there?
Yeah. In Nice.
Yeah, in Nice.
In Nice, yeah. Korean, Chinese, Japanese. I mean, Nice is quite touristy. touristy. More and
Yeah.
more touristy.
Yeah. So that one potentially could be authentic, the one in Cannes, but I have to do more digging.
What is it? Korean
Korean
restaurant?
restaurant, yeah.
Really?
Yes, I'm not sure. I think it's opened by Asians, but I don't know if they're Korean. Because I've just done some digging on Google Maps.
But is it the one we saw when we drove past? Remember? We drove past the restaurant and you're like, oh.
Oh, in Cannes, yes. That was one of them. I think there are two, but I think the other one for me, like gut feeling wise, could be better.
Yeah.
But honestly, beggars can't be choosers.
In Montpellier, we found a Korean barbecue.
Oh yes, yeah, and he was half Korean.
Yeah, and his dad was in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And he was Korean.
His dad is Korean and his mom is French, and well, the brothers, they run the family restaurant, and I think they actually even started the restaurant. It was their idea.
Yeah.
And they were really nice.
Yeah.
So I just finished chopping up my salad ingredients. Ta-da. And then I'm going to do my vinaigrette. I'm gonna move this board over a little bit. I need to chop up the shallots quickly. This knife is not very good. It's not sharp. I need to. I mean, I bought it recently, but I need to sharpen it.